may as well get into the demonstration part of the show here. I wanted to share with you this technology, and I've got enough time to do it. So if we could pull those lights down on that door there, we're going to start doing some crystals. So I'm not sure if we could get a piece of paper back on my table. There's 11 lasers for you guys up there. So I'm going to have some people come up here for a demonstration, and if I can have a volunteer bring the massage table over here, I'm going to get this massage table set up right here, and we're going to lay someone down, and I'm going to do a little crystal grid on a volunteer up here. Okay, all right, come on up. So we'll lay this out right here in the middle. I'm going to move this away. And so this technology comes from the Pleiades. And what we normally do, and this was purchased by a lady here in Australia from me, I make these large ones the size of this on your head, and they stand about this tall, and they have crystals and stuff. So it's so if you have a laser from the table there, I didn't see. Did you? We can maybe do both of you. Let's have you start out on your back. Let's get some people grabbing some lasers. You can share that with someone else. And these devices are scalar field generators. And what happens in here is we take little crystal clusters, and they go in the base of these pyramids. If you've got a laser, come over and stand over here. And behind here. So, and Guy, you know what you're doing. Why don't you grab some of those crystals and do a little grid on her. Maybe we can take her necklace off. That might interfere. And I'm not sure. I charge these. Some of these may not be there the whole time, but this is called these are designed by the Pleiadians, and they have different devices, and they have different effects. Oh, we got lots of lasers. Fire the laser. You got any laser beams on sharks? Freaking awesome. Move down the bench, mini-me. Okay, so you have, if you want to turn your lasers on now, and you can see these crystals. Now, the end of those, some of those have grids. So I want you to twist the grid and see what it does. The top of your no, okay, no, you got a purple, you don't have a grid. So if you have a red or green, you may have a grid. You can place it on there. Let's turn this light off.
Purple's no grid, it's just like it.
Yeah. So, so what happens is you put crystals in the base of these 4 systems here. And then in the middle here, I'm going to have you stand over here just a little bit so people can see this. This, in the bottom of this here, let's have you come over here. I kind of wanted the people, let's get in a half circle so the people in the chairs can see what's happening. So in here, this is called a mixing chamber. So down here I have quartz crystals, and I take some stones from my natural environment. I go out in my garden and I grab some stones. So now this is connected to the Akashic records of the local area. And if I want to put information in here, one of the things I do, could I get this necklace that's on the table over there behind? Yeah, thank you, brother. So this is probably one of the most powerful aspects. Let's shoot a laser right into there. There's 144 pyramids. And if you have a grid and you want to go to straight beam, you can twist it all the way off, but hold on to it. So not everyone has to have a grid. You can have an individual beam, take it all the way off, unscrew it, it comes off, and you can, not the purple, brother. In purple, you're just a straight beam. We actually call it a blurple. So there's no blue. So give me a green right on the, this is a CZ. Give me a green right here. Do you have a grid? Yeah, yeah. Put down the coffee and you can take it off. Okay, you got a green here? Give me a green and over there, right on it. So isn't that nice? So this is a CZ. So now we have a white frequency, And I can hang this in here, and this would give us a very powerful Fibonacci series energy that would irradiate out. Now, these things have a frequency, and we've taken pictures of them, the Carillion photograph, that come out. And if it has a diamond, the frequency is small, and the nodal point is here, and then here. Different colors have different frequencies. So ideally, you have 7 of these around here. And I love Sue's lecture yesterday. It's like an infomercial promo for what we're doing here. So it's beautiful. So you put this down here, and you put information. If you want to dream about books, or you want to have an ET experience, you write down your intention. And what you do is, we have another aspect of this that we don't have here. I have a large pyramid that we set up, but the girl lost the pole. She didn't take very good care of the system, unfortunately. But this is called an omnion. And we take crystals from around the world. And I've been to Machu Picchu. I've been to the top of the Bosnian pyramids. I've been to Haleakala Crater. I've been to the Great Pyramid. I've been to Saqqara. I've taken stones from South America, near Sahama, near the Lake Titicaca, the island of the sun and moon, and I put them in here. So now you are connected to the grid around the planet, and you have a giant master crystal as well. You dedicate a room to this. It's like a tachyon healing chamber. You have your own little thing, and the ETs will come in. They love this energy, and they'll focus on this and aid you. But at the full moon, this sits right over your master crystal. And then you move it up for the new moon, and you raise it down. This is how the Great Pyramid worked. The king and the queen's chamber, the roofs raised and lowered in a dielectric with the natural energies of the universe. And there's a lot of stuff going on there. So imagine this going on, and we got nice handheld lasers, but imagine you have all of these different frequencies and sounds and colors. And I have a synthesizer, and I play various notes. So if we want to do a healing on the sexual center, ideally we take an amethyst with a purple laser here. And I'll play in the note of D, do a series of scales and kind of a, space music in D. So each chakra has its frequency and color and sound. And so, unfortunately, these aren't cheap, and they're very hard to ship. That's why I made these middle ones. But when we have abundance, we can do that. I'm going to share with you another thing. Let me have, let's get a red one. Can that go off?
We don't know where the switchboard is.
Okay. All right. Well, this is, and when I do a healing session, so you see here, this is and I have these. This is a flawless quartz crystal from Brazil, faceted in an amazing way. So, and I have a couple of these. These are one of my favorites because, let's check this out on the wall. I mean, they're talking about a star map. Oh, what is that? So you have all of these different things. Now lasers, you just have to be careful. You don't put them directly into your eye. But if you want to do this, just kind of, and you keep your eyes closed down there on the table, so you can kind of move this around. I'm going to let you do that with that one, and you have a purple there. Okay, you hold that. And this is one of my favorite things to do. This is a natural double terminated crystal, and I've tachyonized these, and there's a process where I have this system. I take a Tesla coil, which is the violet flame, and is a negative ion generator and purifies the air. So I hook that up to a Tesla coil, and I have a wire going to all of these, and all of a sudden they start crackling. And I come over here, and if I put my wrist next to it, it would create a lightning storm. It's like, now that purifies the air, negative ions. Not only does it purify the air, but it's a radiating pyramid, the fire in the middle, the living life force prana field. So these are very cool, and this is one of my favorite things to do. Some people don't like it. They go, oh, what are you doing? You're going to hurt yourself. You know, I just love it. You get in there, and green is more my favorite. Who has a straight green beam I can borrow for a second? You got a straight one? Yeah, there you go. You take the purple. But I love this thing. You just go like this, and this can heal you. You can just, I just sit here in meditation, and you can do mantras like there's a Tibetan mantra called like the 49 fires of Agni. Rama Agni, Rama Agni, bring the light to me. Rama Agni, Rama Agni, bring the lush green light to me. There's invocations that if you do them and you focus on the intent, and we're in a room here, and when I do my kind of like white magic, I do certain pranayama breathing exercises, breath of fire, and I'll share that with you real quickly. You breathe in through your nose. Because your diaphragm is your second brain. You need to exercise the gray matter on your diaphragm, your brain there. So breathing in and out, this is the science of Kriya Yoga, or the Tibetans call it sumo. You can go up in the Himalayas, and they go up there at 15,000 feet, and they're naked. They put a sheet over them, they pour water, and it's ice, and then they just do the deep breathing to build the prana and energy. So that's an advanced technique that they do. But so this is, I think this is really good. I think this is one of the cheaper light worker tools. You can buy these for like $6 on eBay, but they don't have a button you can push. You have to hold your finger. It's 3 minutes, I'm just bored. So what I do is oops, nice catch. So I I got these little stands here. Exactly, you got it. So we're doing sound and music, and you take this and you put this, you can put a crystal ball at the top of your head, so or you do this for yourself. You put this next to your bedstand, and voila, you have a white topaz frequency, which is similar to the blue, working on the throat chakra. So you have a tremendous amount of energy, and Michelle is already an expert at this stuff. She knows what's happening. So I wanted to share this with you, and I know the economy's not great. These are relatively inexpensive, but this is a very powerful tool for you to use personally. You get a laser. I have some of these more faceted. They're a little more expensive ones. I do have 3 double terminators, which are natural. They've all been tachyonized, but you can buy your own crystal, or if you have your own crystal, all you need is a laser. And then you'll find, you take a red laser and put it on your pituitary gland, that thing will get you, you're feeling a little slow and tired, it can get you going. It can't overcome, too much, but it takes time. You have to do it for 30 minutes and concentrate. So that's a brief demonstration I wanted to share with you. So when we have our gala show, if anyone has crystals, we'll have these lasers out, and we can go crazy with them. And I'll bring out more crystals too that we can all share in our laser show for tomorrow night. So I thank you very much. Let's, if you have a laser, let's take it back and put it on the table. I appreciate that. And I'm going to share with you with the light on now. Over on my table, over there where they came from. Yeah, you can take those off and bring them over here, Michelle. And thank you, you're already, you've tuned right into what's happening. So now I'm going to share with you another technology that is pretty cool. We can turn the lights on. I'm going to turn on what's called the violet wand flame. And there's a couple, I found a good source for these. Some of these are not always the best. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the violet flame. There we go. See the violet wand? I think I might be able to reach you. Stay there on the table. Could you hold this for just a second? This over here? Thank you, brother. So actually, these things here, some of them are in good condition. We can fix them up. The lady wants to sell them. She's going on travel about, not really a walkabout because she's got 2 kids, but they sold their house. She sent this stuff down here, and I'm like, she didn't take the greatest care of that other device, which is like $2,000 with crystals. Yeah, just hold on to that. Yeah, that's good. So this is one of the things that I do as well. I hold this on the body. You can see that. So this is Tesla's violet flame. You know that big thing where he stands there, he's sitting there and there's 1,000,000 volts, looks like a lightning? Here's your own little Tesla thing. And you can put it on your head, it's going to shock my whole thing probably. But what we do is we put this Sintamani stone, or a crystal, or both, and a laser, and you hold it on the third eye. And if you have a partner, you can trade off. Are we getting feedback on the electrical there? It's okay, you can probably hear me, so this might be a good one. From the point of light within the hand of Ra. From the point of light within the mind of God, that light stream forth within the mind of man. So we're utilizing this technology, and as you get into this stuff with the pyramids, I mean, I have to say, and this is good for chocolate fairy. I mean, I have a bad back. Oh my God, how I wish I could lay down on a table and arrange it so I could see what's happening and put this on myself. If I use this more often on myself, or if I find someone to work with me, I'm always busy, but it's a great thing to use. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you for this. And so this is a very cool thing. And I have to tell you, all right, let's thank you. I'm going to let you go for dinner. So, in a second here.
You can turn your mic back on.
Okay, turn my mic back on. So, you've been buzzed, so,
Who needs drugs?
one of the things I found is like, I get finished with this. I was doing this like when I was 19 and 20, and people weren't really aware of crystals and lasers, and you get this kind of like, I'm a god. The energies are so powerful, like, wow, this is amazing. Tone it down, Rob. It's just a crystal and a laser. So there's a really neat thing with this, because if you want to become aware of your light body, if you want to accentuate your meditation, this type of technology, like, I don't really feel my energy. You'll understand prana. You'll understand the different, you'll actually feel the different endocrine glands. They become, you can actually feel the hormone changes. It's like the pyramids. You wear that, it's a gradual uptick. You may not, oh, I don't really feel it. When you take it off, you might go, wow, I feel that. Or if you're feeling tired and you wear the copper one, I mean, there's times, or you've been working all day with a copper pyramid and you take it off, you'll notice the come down. So all this stuff is a little difficult, so let's turn this back on here, and we're going to loose, and I'm going to get through some of this stuff real quick. We've got about 8 minutes left. Okay, so here we go. Anyway, there we go. So, invocation of the light is your own consciousness moving forward and working in this and focusing on your pineal gland. There's the mighty I am presence. This is your higher self and your connection to spirit here. And multi-dimension, I wanted to get into, there's the bush names. A couple more things I wanted to share with you. There's Dr. Bell, his uncle. There's a cool picture taken by Robert Van Broek of Mary, and before that was, I'm not sure. That's a the Christ. I talked about the pyramid principle. Here's the Christ principle, and it's important for us to know this. Christ is the cross between matter and spirit, and between your in-breath and your out-breath, the crucible of the inner and the outer life, and a balance, and very important. And the Christ principle is spirit conditioned by matter returns unto spirit. So it's like matter conditioned by spirit through time and space returns unto spirit. So we are dead spirit, and our job here is to transmute flesh into a heavenly force there. So that's one of my little laser setups with some of these pyramids at home. And you light a candle, and it's really cool. It's just, it sends a vibration. You have the pure energy. It's bathing your eyes. It's affecting your body subtly. And you can utilize stuff. Babaji, appeared to me, I won't go into that. That's how I use the laser with the Sintamani stone. And so, we have, prayer is talking to God. And don't be afraid to talk to God in the secrets. Oh Lord, please help me, help my mother, or help my husband see the light of, open his spirit, and the spirit will make its way for you. This is a book written about me and Fred Bell. I'm the character Eric in the book, and they took some of Fred's life and put it in there. I was able to, this is a laser system at Fred's house off the hook. We were getting amazing stuff there. Check that out. How's that a vortex of, it's like, whoa, Sue, did you see that? I felt like what she was describing was the experiences that we were having. We had these systems set up, and the Pleiadians would come in, and that's when a lot of my out-of-body experiences took place. But this is a real system. This is one of my laser shows at my thing where you can see these various people lay down, and we have like 8 people that lay down, and all the crystals and lasers, and we have music. You can take a laser, put your crystal in the water, and supercharge it. That's a temple of purity. I didn't get to that. Louis went inside there for 7 days, and they went up to I took this picture. I'm at 15,000 feet looking up, and so behind that heart-shaped rock is the temple of purity. And he said to get in there, they guided him to a cave, and he walked in there, and there was a reptilian being that's meant to scare other people off, which he does frequently, but Louis passed. So not all reptilians are bad. There's just a different genetic phenotype. That's the pyramid stuff. So that's how you lay down. In the center, you have a pyramid like that. You see the master crystal. There's Omnek, the lady from Venus. And these necklaces also are devices. There's a crystal skull that we had on the laser show. So these devices this one is created by the Andromedans, and it actually combines 2 of these. I'm just getting these started. That looks like my son, believe it or not. I had to get that. So this is another device. It stands about this big. I'm not able to recreate that financially right now, but that's a small little device that is not too hard to get down here to Australia. It's called a Fire Star, and the Pleiadians use it for telepathic communication. They have someone down here, and they'll stand in front of that and project out. And if you want to project out, you put it out and brings out the spaceships. If you want to focus energy in on yourself, you turn it around. And I have some stuff on that. So go check that out. That's what they were doing up there when they did the film. Everyone goes, oh, they didn't land. It was Stanley Kubrick did a film. Well, yeah, he did. They said, okay, click, switch the film, and then they ran off in their little rollers, and they went over checking over these places on the moon. That's what happened. We had a blue sphere over the thing in Shasta. This is Mars. There are trees on Mars, and there's a little alien from the 30s, government agent. Those are the men in black of the day. on the Gomec, Valiant Thor. I'll finish up with the 5-pointed star of life from the Venusians. And they said we need a balanced life. And you need to develop yourself along various points of your 5-pointed star. Everyone has a physical life. You need to take care of yourself. You need to exercise, eat well, brush your teeth, cut your fingernails, stay clean. Pump iron. Mental. You need to learn and grow regularly. You need to have an open mind and look at new subjects and new intelligences for yourself and study and learn new things, and don't become locked into these prisons of work, television, ride in a car, drink a beer and go to sleep. You're meant for more than that. Social. You need to be social. Don't become a hermit. Meditation in Tibet maybe for a lifetime in a cave, okay, but you need to be social and interact with people. You become alienated and you get weird. Financial, they actually call it service because they don't have money. You find a way for service, or you need to take away, and of course the spiritual. You need to connect to the Great Spirit every day, and they recommend at least 20 minutes of meditation, of entering into the silence and prayer. There's another technique, it's called the writing out exercises. And you write out any negative thoughts you had. Oh, God forgive me, I was really pissed. I got angry today at my son, and like this, and I had sexual thoughts for my secretary. Whatever. I did this and that, and I'm plotting this, and then you burn it. You write no longer than 15 minutes, and just let it go. Just give it up to spirit. And that's one of the things I recognize. So those are some of the tools of the Venusians. We're looking forward to a very positive future. There's time travel, wonderful things that eventually we'll get to as a planet, but for now we need you, the ground people, the star seeds, the Star Family Conference have been here to be an important part of sharing this message throughout Australia as much as you can, and let the vibrations go, and study and learn for yourself. Guy and Michelle and everyone here, thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor. That was on.
Okay, so we were having a lot of fun there, so I thought we'd go over a little bit, so a little bit cheeky. So we'll come back here at, so we'll take that off, we'll still have a full hour, so we'll come back here at 8:15, and that will be the start of the round table tonight. So we'll have a few of our speakers come in, and they'll sit up the front here, and I'll be the MC, and we'll ask some questions. You guys can ask some questions, some really, really intelligent, thought-provoking questions, please, that may cover like a number of them. But yeah, anyway, so that'll be at 8:15. So love to see you. Come on back.